And according to the famous Ricky, who's also known as Pretty Ricky or the dog avatar with the Giants hat on Twitter, really famous, reputable source, as we all know, been around a long time. He reports, or she, I'm just assuming, never met Ricky, reports that the 49ers finally have offered Brandon Aiyuk a contract extension that's worth $30 million per season. And it's unclear if that's going to get him to want to be here, is what Ricky said. Which is possible that that's what's going on. I believe his report about the $30 million per season. He's been dead on with this stuff before most people. But why wouldn't this get it done? Have the Steelers even offered $30 million? I thought they offered 28.5. So what's going on here? Like, let's go through all the possible permutations. Permutation number one, Brandon Aiyuk hates the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan and just loves Mike Tomlin and has to play for that team in particular. I mean, maybe that's possible, but he showed up to practice again for the third day in a row. He's wearing red gear. He's running around. It looks like he's talking to Deebo Samuel and teammates and seems like they think he's coming back. He hasn't told him that he's gone. I mean, Deebo Samuel just like an hour ago told Kay Adams, like right there, that Brandon Aiyuk's probably coming back. Or he said it like we don't have to worry about that. He's coming back. So it doesn't seem like he's that upset with the 49ers. And like, what's so great about Pittsburgh? Brandon's a smart guy. What is so alluring about that team? Like, yeah, they went 10-7 last year. They're a solid team, but offensively, they have offensive philosophy that's Stone Age. They don't throw the ball very much. He didn't like being, run first offense here. Just wait till you get to the Pittsburgh, and that offense that averages 180 passing yards a game. Their offensive coordinator Arthur Smith is Stone Age, run first guy. Their quarterback, who is their quarterback? Is it Russell Wilson? He's washed. Is it Justin Fields? He's a bust. Who's your quarterback going to be next year? How could you actually sign a long-term extension with that team? What's so great about the Steelers? Pittsburgh, nice city. Bridges, rivers, hills, any city with those, that's a trifecta of niceness. But the team, mediocre. So I'm not going with that permutation number one. What's another possible permutation or reason that this hasn't gotten done yet? Well, they say it's $30 million per season. But as avid football fans know, the annual average value of a contract doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters to the player, especially if they have an ego. So they can say, oh, I'm, getting X amount per season, which means I'm in this echelon of player. But really, if you're smart, if you know the business, what matters is the guaranteed money. And so I don't know how the Niners have structured this offer, but maybe if they're really, I don't know what the word would be, but if they don't think highly of Aiyuk or they think he could be easily swayed, maybe they just give him a contract that's technically worth $30 million a year, but it's backloaded. And, most of that money's in the final year and only 2 years are guaranteed. I mean, that's what let's look at that real quick. The Amon-Ra St. Brown contract. He got an extension. It seems to be the one that, it seemed to really upset Brandon Aiyuk because he feels he should get nothing less than Amon-Ra St. Brown. He thinks he's better than Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is debatable. But this is what he signed. This is what the Lions gave him this offseason, Amon-Ra. 4 years, $120 million. That's $30 million per season. But the extension kicks in 2025. That year he has $16.8 million guaranteed. After that, 3 years left in the deal, no guaranteed money. $0 guaranteed from 2026, 2027, 2028. And that's when he's expensive. So next year, 2025, his cap number is $13.9 million. That's less than Aiyuk right now. But then in 2026, it jumps to $33 million. So if Amon-Ra St. Brown gets hurt or just isn't worth it, they could cut him in a year and not pay him another dime. That'd hurt their salary cap a little bit, but they'd still get almost $10 million of salary cap relief if they cut Amon-Ra St. Brown in 2026. So he's definitely on so the way I look at the Amon-Ra St. Brown extension is it's a 1-year extension. And if he plays well in 2025, they'll keep him. But it's like club options after that. 33 million cap number in 2026, 28.9 in 2027, 26 in 2028, with a void year in 2029 of 16.7 million. So it's like, is it $30 million a year? Yeah, if he makes it through the whole contract, but there's not a lot guaranteed. So what if the Niners offered Aiyuk something similar? Here's a 4-year contract extension with 120 million, like Amon-Ra St. Brown. But the first year, you're not going to make that much money, and you'll make a signing bonus. That'll be great. Your cap number, your salary, your base salary be low, and it'll jump in years 3 and 4 when you have no guaranteed money, and Brock Purdy's making a ton of money. I mean, wouldn't that make you nervous if you were Brandon Aiyuk? Like, you're going to cut me. I mean, all you have to do is be like, oh, well, you're still good, but you're not worth these outrageous cap hits that are coming up on your contract. And you only had 60 catches last year as opposed to 75. And you're still good, but you're not worth, your production isn't worth what we have to pay you. So we have to cut you. I don't know. It seems like, if I had to guess, this offer right here still is probably pretty team friendly. And I don't think the 49ers have completely caked, because it's like, wait a second, you just offered $30 million a season. Like, wasn't this the whole problem? Like, weren't you stuck at 25 million for months, and now all of a sudden you're at 30? How could you cave like that? What, do you have principles? What's going on? My guess is they didn't cave. They do have principles, and it's like $30 million a season. Here you go. Tell all your friends you're getting paid this much, but you and I know you're not. I can't imagine that all of a sudden the Niners have drastically upped their offer. Maybe they did on paper, but in terms of guaranteed money, are they offering much more now than they were before? If they were, I think this would be done. Which makes me feel like when Aiyuk's out there standing around at practice, running around, maybe he's avoiding fines, or maybe he's trying to tell the Niners like, hey, I do want to be here. Just like, make me a better offer. And the Niners are like, no,